The Keeshond is a handsome, intelligent companion dog, distinguished by a friendly, outgoing temperament and a lively interest in the world around him. His profuse standoff, dramatically marked coat, and alert carriage attract the attention of all who meet him. Although the Keeshond is of Arctic ancestry, the breed reached its modern form in Holland, where it was one of the most popular dogs of Dutch families. It was for centuries used as a barge dog, companion, and watchdog, seen on the canals and waterways of Holland. During the political upheavals of the late 18th century Holland, a rebellious party leader by the name of Cornelius de Gijselaar had a dog who was his constant companion and which became a symbol for both his followers and his detractors. When the revolt failed, the dogs were shunned as much as the revolutionaries, and the breed became very rare. Understanding that Kees is a nickname for Cornelius, the name of the breed, which many today regard as the national dog of Holland, can be literally translated as Kees dogs from the Dutch language. The breed was revived by the early 1920s in Holland, then spread to Great Britain and the United States. Keeshonden began appearing in the English and American show rings by the late 1920s and were accepted for American Kennel Club registration in 1930. You'll be seeing many Keeshonden during this presentation. Some are outstanding examples of the breed, others are less so, but all will help your understanding of the Keeshond. Now let's begin. In general appearance, the Keeshond is a natural, handsome dog with a well-balanced, short-coupled body. He should present a square appearance, looking neither stuffy nor rectangular when in full bloom. As with any heavily coated breed, the coat may alter the silhouette of the dog. You must check with your hands to determine actual structure. The Keeshond is a medium-sized dog. Adult dogs should ideally stand 18 inches at the withers. Adult bitches 17 inches. Each sex is allowed 1 inch over or under the stated ideal. Correct size is a very important component of breed type because the Keeshond is to be a medium-sized dog, neither too small nor too large. In evaluating just what correct size is, please remember that your eye can be deceived by the optical illusions created by the variations of color, body type, and amount of coat. These dogs and bitches all fall within the standard specified range. Dogs or bitches over or under the standard's limits do not exhibit correct breed type and should be penalized. Ideally, dogs should weigh 40 to 45 pounds and bitches should weigh 30 to 35 pounds. Let's begin our discussion of the Keeshond with the head. It should be well proportioned to the body, like this, appearing neither too heavy and coarse nor too small. The skull is flat on the top, rounding on the sides like this, while the muzzle is neither too short nor too long. The muzzle should appear to be about equal in length to the skull. This dog has a well-balanced typical head, exhibiting a good stop and parallel planes. This dog's shorter muzzle is less desirable. This correct head displays a definite stop. The muzzle and skull are well proportioned, with a proper underjaw. Seen from above, the head is wedge-shaped. This refers to the whole head, not just the muzzle, and is best seen when the ears are drawn back, like this. From the front, you can see how the flat skull, appearing rounded because of the skull hair, rounds off slightly and narrows toward the eyes, with the muzzle smoothly blending in a wedge to the nose. The nose, lips, and eye rims should be fully pigmented and very dark in color to provide the pleasing and typical Keeshond expression as seen here. Teeth should be white, sound, and strong, and should meet in a scissors bite. Overshot, undershot, wry bites, or misaligned teeth are faulty. Lips should be black and meet closely, never being thick, coarse, or sagging. There should be no wrinkle at the corner of the mouth. The Keeshond's eyes are dark brown in color and of a medium size. They are almond-shaped and set obliquely. Eye rims are black. These eyes are well placed, neither too close together nor too wide apart. The lighter color usually found around the eyes accents the spectacle markings formed by the black eye rims and the delicate dark line from the eye towards the base of the ear. This is an integral part of Keeshond type. These eyes are correct, dark brown in color, almond-shaped, and obliquely set, neither too small and beady nor too large and staring. Ears are also important components in determining Keeshond expression. This dog's ears are very good. The ears should appear small in relation to the head and are triangular in shape. Proper length of ear is about equal to the distance from the outer corner of the eye to the nearest edge of the ear. See how the ears are mounted high without being too closely set. Usually the ear is set correctly if the point of the triangle points straight up. These ears are set too low. These ears are set too wide apart. These ears are larger than ideal. These ears have been severely trimmed and throw the balance of the head off. These ears are correctly placed and shaped and are proportionate in relation to the head. This is indeed a lovely Keeshond head study with good Arctic expression and spectacle markings. The spectacles are an important and distinctive marking for this breed. They are a critical component of expression. When the curious Keeshond is alert to his handler and interested in his surroundings, the ears should be erect. It is not required, however, that they be constantly erect. A Keeshond on the move, for example, is not required to hold its ears upright. Now let's consider the Keeshond's neck and body. The neck should be moderately long, well-shaped, and well set on the shoulders as seen here. This neck appears too short. Be sure to check with your hands to determine actual structure. This correct neck blends smoothly into the shoulders. The shoulder angulation should be from slight to moderate and present a well-balanced appearance. The shoulder blades should be well placed on the body and meet the upper arm with a slight to moderate angle at the point of shoulder. This straight shoulder is incorrect. Balance in the front assembly and between front and rear angulation is the prime requisite. Again, feel through the abundant coat to ascertain structure. The front assembly should not show extremes of under or over angulation. These shoulders are in the range of proper angulation, as is called for in the standard. From the front, there should be no sign of coarseness or over-muscling. Also, note this dog's deep, strong chest, reaching to the elbow. This is correct. This narrow chest is not desirable. This chest is of proper width. The forelegs are perfectly straight, seen from the front. You should feel good bone in proportion to the overall dog. Pasterns are strong, with a slight slope like these. Feet are compact, well-rounded, and cat-like. Toes are nicely arched, with black nails. These pasterns are weak. There is too much slope. The Keeshond's body is compact. It is well-ribbed, with a long, well-rounded rib cage. See how the back is short and straight, leading to a long rib cage and a short loin. The top line slopes slightly downward towards the hindquarters. There is a moderate tuck-up. Remember that the Keeshond should present a square outline, being nearly equal in length, measured from point of shoulder to rump, as he is tall at the withers. This dog appears long in back, giving a rectangular appearance. This is incorrect, as the Keeshond should appear square. This correct body is compact and short-coupled. The ribs are well sprung and deep. The ribbing is relatively long, and the loin is relatively short. This dog's tail is also correct. It is set on high and is tightly curled over the back. It is moderately long and well feathered. See how it lies flat and close to the body? What about this tail? It's set lower than ideal and does not lie flat to the body. This is faulty. This correct tail is set high and forms part of the dog's silhouette. Hindquarters should balance in angulation with the forequarters, being between slight to moderate in angulation, like this. Hind legs should be well muscled, with hocks perpendicular to the ground. Rear feet, like the front feet, are compact and well-rounded, with nicely arched toes and black nails. This dog is over-angulated in the rear. You can see how it is out of balance with the front. It is more angulation than the standard calls for. This dog's hindquarters are correctly angulated and well-muscled. They are properly in balance with the forequarters, as the standard requires. This dog and this dog have between slight to moderate angulation and are well balanced and typical of the breed. From the rear, you can see the good muscling on the broad pelvis. The legs are straight and strong. The hocks are parallel to each other, turning neither in nor out. Now let's discuss the Keeshond's distinctive coat. The body is abundantly covered with long, straight, harsh hair, never silky, wavy, or curly. It stands well out from a thick, downy undercoat. The undercoat is either pale gray or pale cream. A woolly coat, seen here, is incorrect on adult dogs, but is quite common and acceptable on puppies like this one. The correct coat on this dog is characterized by smooth, soft, short hair on the head, a ruff that covers the whole front part of the shoulders and chest, including the top part of the shoulders, and feathering on the front and rear legs. The feathering on the rear legs is profuse down to the hocks, forming the characteristic trousers, but should not reach below the hocks. The hair on the tail forms a rich plume. Note that the coat must not part down the back. A part down the back is a fault. This male has a lovely coat and is in full bloom. This bitch has a typically correct coat. Bitches need not exhibit as profuse a coat as a male. Males should not be preferred over their less fully coated sisters solely because of abundant coat. Hair may be trimmed only on the feet, pasterns, and hocks, Whiskers may be removed if desired, but any other trimming of a coat is to be severely penalized. The Keeshond must be shown in a natural state, and any other trimming of a coat is not allowed by the standard. The coat color and dramatic markings of the Keeshond are distinctive and attractive breed characteristics. The Keeshond's coat is a mixture of gray, black, and cream with an overall gray color. Distinctive markings are very important to Keeshond type. The shadings are due to the black tips of the hair of the outer coat, with the length of these black tips producing the gray color. Any deviation from the overall color as described is not permissible. Let's examine the Keeshond's shaded coat and markings in some detail. The undercoat is very pale gray or cream like this, never tawny. Tawniness is characterized by brown tones in the undercoat. On the head, the muzzle is dark in color. The spectacles mentioned earlier are formed by delicately penciled lines and dark eye rims, with the dark lines slanting slightly upward from the outer corner of each eye toward the lower corner of each ear. Lighter coloration in the orbital area exaggerates the required dark lines which form the earpiece of the spectacles. Short, expressive dark eyebrows complete the picture. It is these dark lines, not the light circular areas, of which spectacles are comprised. Spectacles are the hallmark of this breed and must be present to some degree. Absence of them is a very serious fault. A lack of proper pigmentation should be penalized. This bitch's light-colored face has correct spectacles that are easily seen. This dark-colored dog also has correct spectacles, but you have to look more carefully to see them clearly. These naturally dark ears are nearly black and are beautifully shaped, devoid of trimming with scissors or being darkened by black chalk. This dog's orbital area has been trimmed, which should be severely penalized. The result is an exaggerated staring expression, which is faulty. These ears have been trimmed. And these ears have been trimmed and then chalked. The color of the ruff, or mane, and the trousers is lighter than that of the body. There are well-defined shoulder line markings of light gray. Legs and feet are cream-colored. A light lacing or penciling of black or gray is allowed on the feet. This dog has permissible foot markings, which would probably not show if his feet were dry, though solid cream is ideal. The plume of the tail is very light gray in color, as it lies curled on the back. The tip of the tail is black. Puppies often are dark cream in color. This is not desirable, but acceptable in a dog under 1 year of age. Usually the markings on puppies are less clearly defined, but will become more definite with age. This puppy will probably mature to the color of this adult, who is her father, as almost all Keeshond puppies darken with maturity. Remember that the Keeshond's coat is a mixture of gray, black, and cream, varying in intensity. It should never be an overall gray color without markings. No other colors are allowed, although the color may vary from light to dark gray. These 4 dogs show the extremes of acceptable range of color. All the dogs have the required dramatic markings and shadings that distinguish the Keeshond from other breeds. Color faults include pronounced white markings, black markings extending more than halfway down the foreleg, white on 1 or more of the feet, and black or smutty markings beyond light penciling on the feet or legs. An entirely black, entirely white, or any solid colored coat is a very serious fault, as is any serious deviation from the color as described in the standard. The Keeshond's gait is distinctive and unique. Dogs should move boldly, with the tail kept tightly curled over the back. Movement is clean, brisk, and animated. Reach and drive are balanced and moderate. From the front, the forelegs should be carried straight forward in a double tracking mode. As speed increases, a Keeshond should converge slightly to the center of gravity, but never approaching a single tracking gait. Legs should never be thrown out to the sides or cross over. And from the rear, the hind legs move in a line directly behind the front legs, with slight convergence at faster speeds. This dog is too narrow in front. He is single tracking, and his legs almost cross. This dog is moving too close in the rear. He is slightly cowhocked. Here again is correct movement, clean, brisk, and bold. Note again how the tail is kept curled on the back. Ideally, the Keeshond is gaited at an easy trot on a loose lead. The Keeshond's temperament is of primary importance. He must never be timid or aggressive. Rather, he is outgoing and friendly toward other dogs and people. The Keeshond is gregarious, curious, and mischievous. He is an alarm-giving watchdog, but should never display marked guarding tendencies. His main duty is to be a companion to man. With his alert and intelligent disposition, it is no wonder the Keeshond became so popular in his native Holland and around the world.